Salaki for that. Continuing on Esther 7 and 9, it says, Then Harbona, one of the king's eunuchs, said, Haman has set up a sharpened pole that stands 75 feet tall in his own courtyard. He intended to use it to impale Mordecai, the man who saved the king from assassination. It says, Then impale Haman on it, the king ordered. So they impaled Haman on the pole he had set up for Mordecai, and the king's anger subsided. Mighty. You see? So what did the scriptures say? Let's go to Proverbs 26 and 27. It says, Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. So the same gallows that Haman intended for Mordecai, Haman was put to death on them gallows. He was impaled on them gallows. And as well, as you continue on in the story, you can read about how eventually basically the victory of the Jews, you know what I'm saying, all the Israelites, how they slaughtered over 75,000. I believe it was 75,000. And as well, they put to death the 10 sons of Haman as well, and also impaled them. And I have I looked up just the story of Esther, and this was a little website I came across. It says how Haman was hung. And this is just by, it says unknown, but posted in March 2014. And it shows you a picture of how it could have been. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how it says how the condemned of Persia were hung and impaled on a stake. And Haman's 10 sons, they were already dead, but the corpses were up there. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it says in conclusion, I'm going to jump down to this. It says, in the work of the Greek historian Herodotus, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it says impalement is regularly presented as a Persian punishment. Given the setting of Esther, it thus seems likely that the manner of punishment for Haman was, in fact, impalement, which it was. You know, we had just read it in Esther 7, right? So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he prepared for Mordecai. Okay. Because it said, you know what I'm saying, the mistakes. So we come to the conclusion that he was hung on there, but it was, you know what I'm saying, through impalement. Right? Because it was that 5 and 14. Yeah. Let gallows be made of 50 cubits high. And let's also look up this word gallows too. Tree, wood, timber, stock, plank, stalk, stick, gallows. Trees. Wood. Yeah. And the second, damn it. Salaki, hold on. And the second Chaldee lexicon, it says wood, especially of a wooden post, stake, gibbet. Wood, yeah. But then in the NLT, you could also, you know what I'm saying, it says that set up a sharpened pole, right? So let's go back to this. It says, given the setting of Esther, it thus seems likely that the manner of punishment for Haman was in fact impalement. In other words, the 50-cubit tree built by Haman was intended to display Mordecai's body impaled in such a way that no one could avoid seeing it. Yep. It says Herodotus, or Herodotus. It says corroborates the archaeological record. We can still inquire, however, whether Haman's impalement was a means of execution or of displaying and humiliating the corpse. Note that Esther 9:10 through 14 makes it clear that Haman's sons were dead when they were impaled. Yeah, so we don't necessarily know if Haman was dead before they hanged him or when they impaled him. Nonetheless, he got that judgment, right? Nonetheless, the same gallows he ordered for Mordecai, he was hung upon. So let's go to actually, I'm good on that one. Yeah, man, well, let's get these last two. You see, Psalm 46:10. It says, "Be still and know that I am the Most High. I will be exalted among the heathen, and I will be exalted in the earth." You see, and the heathen are going to know who Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is and who his people were, or are, I should say. All right, we're going to receive that power in times to come, and we're going to rule them with a rod of iron. He's going to give us power over the nations, how it tells you in Revelation 2, if I'm not mistaken, you know. And then Luke 18:7, it says, "And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them?" You see, so that's the thing. In the NLT, it reads, "Even he rendered a just decision in the end." So don't you think the Most High will surely give justice to his chosen people who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? No, he's going to save us. He's going to deliver us. And he's going to bring us up, man. He's going to lift us up. We're going to be exalted. All right, but first, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gets his glory. All right. And Lord will be joint heirs with him. Okay. And that promotion comes from on high. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying and exhorting unto you again, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rechakodash. Double honors again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, Wa, Kwam Yasharala, Wa, Abad Babal.